Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. For today's yoga class, we're going to be working with the element of water and really moving with slow, fluid movements throughout our practice. This class is just one element out of a 5-element yoga class that I filmed for my website, alaunaroby.com. If you want to practice all 5 elements together in one class, you can head over there to check that out. But I will be posting 3 of the 5 elements here for free on YouTube, with water being the beginner, air being the intermediate, and fire being advanced. So do with that what you will. But I am so happy to have you here on your mats with me today, no matter where you are. Today I'm filming up on Mount Graham, and you can't tell by the scenery behind me here at my campsite, but where I filmed this class there was recently a fire at the top of Mount Graham, and so all of the trees look like toothpicks. And so I just set the intention with this practice of bringing healing to this forest. There are no props required for today's class, so let's go ahead and get started. Beginning today's class in a seated meditation. So find a comfortable seat, whatever that means in your body, whatever's best on the knees. And let the shoulder blades relax down the back, but keep the chest lifted high as you begin to breathe deeply. Inhaling to expand the chest. And exhale, let it fall. Taking a few more deep breaths here, just beginning to become aware of what the breath does to the sensations in the body. Where do you feel it? And beginning to extend our inhales and exhales. Inhaling for a count of 6, holding at the top, and exhaling to squeeze all of that air back out through the mouth. So as you're ready, take an inhale in for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Then exhale, sigh it out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So focusing on controlling the release of the air so that you can extend it all the way out those 6 counts. So inhaling again for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Maybe sip a little bit of extra air in. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you find that it's hard to extend the exhales, try pursing the lips together so that there's just a small hole between the lips, and squeeze it out through the smaller hole to try and control the airflow. So taking one more deep breath here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. And exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can go ahead and fall back into your regular pattern of breathing, but staying aware of the breath. And on your next exhale, you can go ahead and tilt the chin in towards the chest and blink the eyes back open. Bring the hands to your knees. Coming into your seat here. And begin to move through a few seated cats and cows. So inhale, draw the chest forward, round through the back, coming into your cow pose. And exhale to round through the back, pressing the spine back behind you, curling the chin towards the chest. Inhale forward, seated cow. And exhale back, seated cat. So continuing to move through the breath here, just warming up through the spine. So on your next inhale, go ahead and find a neutral spine, sitting up nice and tall. And begin to make some circles with the torso. So draw the right shoulder forward, chest forward, then to the left, and round through the back, come back. Inhale forward, exhale round back. So turning those seated cats and cows into more of a fluid motion here, continuing to move with the breath. And slowly switch the direction of your circles. Once you feel even on both sides, you can go ahead and come back through center. Then cross at your ankles, make your way into all four. So from this all fours, step the right foot forward. Find a low lunge. So both hands frame the foot. Then keep the left foot down, reach the right hand high. Find a twisted low lunge. And exhale, fluidly lower that right hand back down to frame the foot and rock back onto that right ankle. Pulling the toes back towards the face, finding a hamstring stretch. Then either stay here or keep the left hand down and ripple the right hand up high. Again, moving slowly. If you had twisted, go ahead and lower the right hand back down and walk both hands forward to frame the foot and step the right foot back. Then walk the hands back towards your knees, coming to standing on your knees with your hands on your hips. Then step the right foot out at your side, pointing the right toes forward, coming into gate pose. So inhale, reach both the arms up and overhead. Exhale, lean over that right leg, keeping both shoulders pulled back, chest is open. Don't collapse on your breath. And inhale, lift back through center. Exhale, lean towards the right. So fluidly moving from center to the right. Taking one more breath in. And exhale out. And inhale, come back through center. Bring both hands to your hips. Then turn those right toes to face the right and bend into the right knee, coming into a half warrior two with the left knee down on the mat. And inhale, lift the arms high so that the arms are parallel to the mat. And inhale, reverse your warrior two, reaching the right arm up and overhead. Exhale to lower. Forearm onto the inside of the right thigh, reaching the left hand high. Inhale to lift back through center. This time, lower the left hand down at your side and lift the right foot up off of your mat, coming into a half side plank with the left knee down. You can either choose to stay here, just hovering the right foot up, or you can bend into that right knee to try and grab onto the inside edge of that right foot. Finding a bind, pressing the foot into the hand to really open through the chest and the hips here. And exhale to release and step that right foot back to the top of your mat, but this time bring the right foot to the outer edge of the mat and bring both hands onto the inside of the right foot. Breathing in here. Then keeping the legs exactly as they are, keeping the legs engaged and active. Gently walk both hands towards the left and away from you. So finding a stretch through that right side and outer hip, and just breathing into it. And inhale, walk the hands back through center. Then heel toe that right foot over to the left side of your mat and lower the knee down, coming into your pigeon pose. So that left leg extends back behind you and you lower the hips down, distributing equal weight onto each hip. If this is uncomfortable on your knees, you can always take this down on your back with the right ankle crossed over the left thigh in reclined pigeon. But if you're hanging with us here, let's do some cats and cows, but in our pigeon pose. So keep the palms on the mat, don't lower down. And inhale, pull the chest forward. Exhale to round the chin in towards the chest. Inhale forward. Exhale round. So trying to keep the lower body as steady as possible and just moving through the upper body here. Inhale forward. And exhale to round. One more. Inhale to lift. Exhale down. Then you can press into the hands. Walk the left knee in so that then you can extend the right knee back, coming back to your all fours. And walk both knees back, tuck your toes, and lift the hips up and back, finding a downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the right leg high, bend into the right knee. And take some hip circles. So make circles with the knee in one direction. Snap, crackle, poppin'. And then switch the direction of your circles. And slowly lower the right foot back down to your downward facing dog. And inhale, shift your gaze forward, step to the top of your mat, find a forward fold. So moving through that whole sequence on the second side. Inhale, halfway lift, bring the hands to your shins. Exhale to lower, bring both hands down to the mat and step both knees back, coming into all fours. This time, step the left foot in between the hands. And then once you feel centered here and stable with your hips, you can keep the right hand down, reach the left hand high, finding your twisted low lunge. Exhale to release. Then walk both hands back, come back onto that left heel. Coming into a hamstring stretch, you can let the forehead curl down towards the thigh. And either choose to stay here or keep the right hand down, reach the left hand high. Find that twist once more. And exhale, lower down, walk both hands forward, bend back into that knee. And then step the left knee back, walk the hands back towards your knees, and come to standing on your knees. So bringing the hands to your hips. Extend that left leg out at your side, toes point forward at first, and coming into your gate pose. So inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, lean over towards the left, still leaving room to breathe. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, float to the left. Last one, inhale through center. Exhale to the left. And inhale, come back through center. Turn the left toes to point towards the left now, bending into the left knee, coming into this half warrior two pose. So lifting the arms parallel to the mat. Left knee is bent. And inhale, reverse your warrior two. Left arm comes up and overhead. Exhale to release. Bring the left forearm to the inside of the left thigh. Reach the right hand high. And inhale, bring the arms back to parallel. Then lower the right hand down to the mat. Hover the left foot up off of the mat, coming into that half side plank on the second side. Again, choosing to stay here, just hovering the left foot, or you can bend into the left knee and catch a hold of the inside edge of the left foot. Breathing here. Then as gracefully as you can, step that left foot forward, coming into your lizard pose. So both hands come on the inside of the left foot. Left foot is on the outside edge of your mat. And staying here, or you can walk both hands over towards the right and away from you, stretching into the back left side and the hip. Inhale, come back through center. And heel toe that left foot over to the right side of your mat, lowering the knee down to the mat. Extend the right foot back behind you and lower the hips down so that you're distributing your weight equally. finding your pigeon pose. Again, staying lifted on the hands here, and on an inhale, draw the chest forward. Exhale to round chin to chest. So inhale to lift, and exhale to round. Taking a few more deep breaths. And slowly begin to release by pressing both hands down into the mat and bringing the right knee in so that you can step the left knee back into all fours. Then walk both knees back, tuck both toes, and lift the hips up and back into your downward facing dog. Taking those hip circles on the second side, so inhale, lift the left leg up high, bend into the left knee to open the hips. Then begin to circle the knee around in one direction, and then the other. And exhale to lower, coming back to your downward dog. Then inhale, shift your gaze forward and step both feet to the top of your mat, finding a forward fold. Moving into our final element of earth, grounding back down, coming back down to the mat. So step both feet out to the outer edges of your mat and angle both toes out, heels in. Then slowly begin to lower the hips down, bringing the hands through heart center and pressing the elbows into the knees to open the hips. Then lower the hands back behind you, come down into your seat. So from here, moving into your butterfly pose, the soles of your feet come to touch, grabbing onto the ankles, sitting the chest high. You can either stay lifted here, or you can find a forward fold. So grabbing onto either the ankles or interlacing the fingers around the toes, draw the torso down towards the mat. And from your butterfly fold, if you want to release the hands from the feet and just place them out in front of you and add a twist, go ahead. So keep the right hand down, reach the left hand high, keeping the legs in the butterfly. You can either stay here with the left hand lifted high or tuck the left hand behind the right hip. So finding a bind. And exhale to release. Bring both hands back out in front of you and switch sides. So the left hand stays down, right hand reaches up. And maybe cross the right hand behind you to hook onto the left hip. And inhale, come back through center. Walk the hands back in towards the legs, coming up into your seat. Moving slowly. And allow yourself to roll down onto your backs. Coming completely down onto the earth now. And as you're ready, you can go ahead and extend the legs out long. Rest the arms down by your sides. And find stillness. Taking a few moments here to get out any last little wiggles or adjustments so that you can be comfortable in your stillness. Both stillness in the body as well as stillness in your mind. And finally, simply bring your awareness back to your breath. As you lie here in a few more moments of silence and stillness in your Shavasana. Slowly begin to bring some movement back to the fingers and the toes. And inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, finding a full body stretch. Taking a time to do a full body scan from toe tip to the top of your head, to the fingertips. Just noticing how your body is feeling after today's practice. As you're ready, you can bend into both knees and gently roll over onto one side, finding a few more moments here in stillness, and thanking yourself for showing up to practice today. Taking what these 5 elements can teach us, not only applying them to your yoga practice, but taking them off your mat as well, and throughout your day-to-day life. You can slowly keep the eyes closed and press yourself up into a seat, either placing the hands on the thighs or bringing hands through heart center, and taking 3 final grounding breaths as a class in 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale out the mouth. You can gently tuck the chin in and blink the eyes back open, coming back to the space around you. I thank you guys so much for joining me here on your mats for today's practice. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this elemental flow. And don't forget, if you want to practice all 5 elements together in one fluid class, be sure to head over to alaunaroby.com and check it out. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe here on YouTube for more free yoga, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Bye.